podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin.
M15 PCA.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Episode 7 of Star Trek Lower Decks, Much to Do About Boimler.
What a stupid title.
These episodes are just weird.
It's weird. It's a weird episode.
Here's the thing, nothing is particularly funny.
No.
It's just I don't know, because things just move from scene to scene and things start going one way, then like, well, why is she acting this way? Then you find out why she's acting like, oh, she was.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's Mariner. Just put it that way. That's all you need to know on that.
Because Mariner is kind of not being Mariner in this episode, and it's like, what the hell? She's like, oh, the best at everything, and she's not being the best. And I'm thinking, well, is she nervous? But why would she be nervous? And you find out then, oh, okay, that's why she was doing it.
Yeah.
Because she can never just be bad at her job.
No.
We got a dog. We open up, and everyone's tired from doing something, and they're gonna go to bed. Tindy. Her name is Tindy.
Oh.
Because they do say her name like 5 times in this.
Yeah.
And
Tilly, Tindy, you're getting
she goes full Tilly.
Yeah.
She like doesn't even know, like she comes in with the dog. Oh, I made a dog. And her friends are dead tired. You can just look at their faces.
Yeah, leave them alone.
And she won't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You don't get it? See, remember we first met this character, like, oh, she's kind of like Tilly. Mm-hmm. No, she's actually a little worse. Because Tilly wouldn't have done this.
No.
She wouldn't have walked in while Marco Burnham was dead tired. Like, oh, I'm going to tell you about this fun little thing I did. And she would get it. She'd be like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
Even Tilly would realize that.
But she keeps going on about how she made a dog because they have little side projects. And that's true. There's things in Trek where like, I'm going to be experimenting on this thing.
But it was something that'd be meaningful for Starfleet.
Yeah. I'm going to be working on this plant and see how it can regrow and it can actually populate this planet and clean the air. It'd be something scientific. I made a dog that didn't do anything.
No.
Oh, it's a little faster and it's a little smarter. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
It's no one cares.
Then she says something about going over like 6 million of its DNA.
No, 6 billion.
6 billion of its DNA sequences. How long did that take?
And she counted, so that's insane.
And she said she did it by hand. Yeah. So at least take her a second. It took her like 12 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. Who cares?
Stupid.
So she's like, oh, I made a doggy. And she's doing all the doggy things. Like, who's your doggy? Who's your boy? You know, that kind of stuff. I don't want that in a Trek show.
No, I don't.
But then they're like, and then she's like, oh, I'm going to go get all the data pads. I can tell you guys all the stuff I did. And they're like, this guy's name is Sam.
Sam?
Sam Rutherford.
Okay, God. I did see, I told you it's going to take us a while to get these names down.
Sam. So we're going to go Rutherford. Rutherford is like, oh, it's just a regular dog. But then it starts turning into like this weird monster dog because the DNA's all left up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like it's going to like kill you because it like gets on the ceiling and it's all super scary looking. And of course, Mariner's like, okay, let me know if it turns into something more interesting. She just goes to bed.
Oh, yeah. Security.
This thing looks like it has sharp...
Yeah.
It could kill you.
Exactly. And like you're saying, we want to come and use their comm badges, Harley, in this show.
Yeah, we have to quarantine whatever the hell this thing is because it's freaking a monster.
Exactly.
Oh, then we get into the actual episode, and I don't even know what this is. I guess the dog is A plot.
Yeah. This
is B plot. I guess the main three, Ransom, the Bajoran guy, I forgot his name, and then the captain are all on this mission to go plant.
Freeman, yep.
To go plant seeds.
Yeah, on a planet.
But they're dressed up like ninjas from a Saturday morning cartoon in the 90s.
You remember the episode when Picard went undercover into Cardassia and he got captured? That's what they were wearing this. So they're referencing that. But that was an undercover secret mission, not planting seeds on a planet.
But that's the joke.
Yeah, stupid.
So they're wearing these like leotard things and they're like running around and training, like they're doing like ninja flips in the air. Are these guys genetically enhanced?
I know, right? So stupid.
This is a low gravity room. I don't know, whatever. But it looks like American Gladiators.
I know.
Look at that face off in the atmosphere.
All because of plant seeds.
Yeah.
They didn't even say they were going to find any opposition. They didn't really say anything like that. So why are they training?
It's weird. So then they're going to be gone on a mission. So there's going to be a captain from another ship's going to come to their ship so they can. Because no one on their ship is worthy enough to take the captain's.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
They have to bring another captain in.
I believe it. That's what happened on Next Generation. Another captain take over when Picard did that. So they're referencing that again. So
So they're like, of course, Mariner's bitching about it because she just hates, I hate captains, blah, 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 blah. And Boimler, I can't wait to kiss up to this new captain and maybe I can get a
promotion.
promotion.
Well, they're just like acting captain. They're not going to give out promotions, you idiot. Why would they do that?
They can just hand him out like candy.
I know.
Then we get the transporter set up from the fly, and Rutherford is doing something where it can transport faster.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh man, I've been, Tendi didn't want to help me with this because I didn't hammer out all the details yet. And of course, Bonger's like, oh, do it on me. So I can tell people, so I can tell the new captain, oh, I help with engineering stuff on the side, to make stuff look better.
And he's actually parting his hair. It's so stupid.
Oh, whatever. It's from the trailer, remember?
Yeah.
Is my hair like this? Or like this? Or like this? Or like this?
Oh, stupid. Why act like it's fast for?
So he's going to get transported and it's super fast. Oh, wow. It's like 0.6 faster.
Why does that matter? It doesn't make that much of a difference.
But to him, he's like into the number
Yeah.
crunching and everything, so that's why he likes it. He's like, oh, so cool. Do it again. So he does it again, but then it's a transporter accident.
Of course.
So he's like stuck in phase, and it makes it. No one, the transporter makes that noise, but now that since he's stuck in phase, it's stuck with the noise
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And then when you look at the setup, it looked kind of like the fly a little
Yeah,
bit. It
that's
has
what I said,
that
yeah.
weird kind of.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like it looks like the fly setup.
Yeah.
I thought something was gonna happen with the dog.
Yeah, I thought
And he was gonna
so.
get his DNA mixed with
Oh,
the
then
dog.
mix it. That would have been. Oh, yeah.
So he's stuck in phase, and it's loud.
Yeah, it is.
It is like super loud, and he's like, what's happening? Oh no, that's just a cosmetic thing. So why would it keep making the noise?
I don't know.
I know it's science fiction. Phasers wouldn't make noises.
No.
Transporters wouldn't make noises. It just does it for us because it's a show. Because how dumb would it be if everything was silent?
Yeah.
But there's no reason why this thing makes a noise.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I remember when Abrams did the first Star Trek movie. He goes, "Yeah, I want to do it like real space, but it's just stupid. It's just
boring.
Stupid. It's boring. You gotta have sound. You have to."
So this thing is constantly making, and it's a loud noise.
Oh yeah, it's like this can't be the whole episode.
I was like, oh my god, this can't happen.
Yeah.
So we get to the bridge, and the new captain comes on, and then we see some other alien races. We got I forgot their names, but the people, the black guys, the hair.
They're very ceremonial. They're one of the founding members of the Federation. I just don't remember their name. They were on Enterprise, so.
So we got a Vulcan, and again, she looks at her just that's very Spock, even wearing the science uniform. And then we have a Trill.
Yep.
Then we see this other girl, and I guess she knows Mariner.
I said, as soon as she looked at it, I go, well, they know each other.
I thought they might have even been like family or something.
Yeah.
But I guess they're just they went to the academy together.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's you, so they're all happy and hugging and talking and everything. Little more professionalism.
A little bit.
Come on, just be a little bit more professional. So they're like, oh man, you're a captain now. That's so cool. You're going around kicking ass in space. Like they're just. I don't like the way they talk.
Oh, but I don't either. And then they're talking, and the Vulcan's like, "Oh, you're still just an ensign."
Yeah.
And she's a captain. We talked about that too. Like
she goes. They're like, "Oh, you guys." The captain speaks about all the stuff you guys used to do in the academy, and the Vulcan's like, "But you're still an ensign."
Yeah.
How pathetic is that?
It is.
Could you imagine? Like I say, you both worked at a grocery store, and you both started out as cart pushers. Then your buddy ended up becoming like regional manager, and you're still pushing carts.
Yeah. I feel pathetic. I feel like. Like, oh, hi, we'll talk later, but, geez, I feel like, I'm a loser.
Comes in, like, wearing a suit and everything, like, you're still here doing this stuff?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'm like, oh, that's, interesting. Someone actually talking down to Mariner, and she actually looks a little sad about it because, yeah, it is pathetic.
It is.
Brad gets on the bridge, and he's, like, trying to pretend to be doing, like, busy work, but that transporter sound is so freaking loud.
They go, what is that? And we first hear it as soon as he enters the bridge.
But no one is overly concerned.
I would be like, what?
They're more irritated.
Yeah. And then like, okay, go to medical, and then eventually the new captain goes, yeah, you need to go to sickbay right now.
But it's more like, get that sound out of here. You gotta go to sickbay. Not like, oh my god, are you dying? Can you go to sickbay?
See, it was in a condescending way.
Yeah, it was.
That's the thing with this whole series, superior officers being condescending.
Oh yeah, because that's what. Don't you just hate your boss at work? Isn't he just an ass?
So that's not Star Trek.
It's Starfleet.
Yeah.
So he goes to medical, and then the cat lady finally probably says as many lines as she's ever said in the whole entire show. So she's like poking Brad, and that sound is so loud. And she's trying to figure out what's going on. And he's like, oh my god, am I going to die or whatever? She's like, oh, I don't know. You look like a freaking... She's just like always talking crap to everybody. Yeah. Rutherford shows up, and I'm going to just call him the cyborg guy. So much quicker. Cyborg guy comes in, and he goes, oh, I fixed it, I solved it. But he made the sound go away.
Thank goodness.
That was the most irritating part. She's like, oh yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, because your buddy being stuck in this trance state.
So that kind of phased out a little bit.
Where his molecules could just go all over the universe and he'd be dead forever. You're just worried about the sound.
I know. Yeah, it's annoying to us, the audience, but you should be concerned, you know? It's like, okay.
She's like, you know what? We're gonna send you to like, what was it, like section 12 or something?
Section 13, something like that.
Yeah, but like, oh, is that the thing they're gonna give you? No, that's this is where we send all the medical stuff.
And
So
what would be the time bureau? You're an idiot. It wouldn't be
yeah,
the
yeah,
time
I thought it was a time police or
Why
something
would you
stupid.
think that?
It's like, oh no, it's a planet. They're gonna take care of you. It's like a spa. It's wonderful. Then I'm thinking, well, is this even true? Like, is she just saying that?
Because she looked like she would just be blowing it out
Yeah,
of her, you know
yeah,
what?
just to like get him out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you're going with this dog because this dog's a monster, and like, it's so gross. I'll show this picture, but how nasty that is.
Yeah.
Whatever. But of course, Tindy's like, oh no, you're perfect the way you are. I'm gonna go with you to make sure everything's okay.
But she wouldn't be able to go. Why would she need to go? Especially Brad. Okay, you watch the dog
they
go.
would put the dog like in some type of kennel thing,
Yeah.
and then send it on its
Yeah,
way.
why is it roaming around? It does all these weird things. It wouldn't be roaming
It
around.
doesn't seem to be violent, but it look at those teeth.
Yeah.
Look at that monster. It could bite someone. It could do something.
And then it's shooting bats out of its whole, its mouth.
What is this? A freaking bad guy in a Nintendo game?
I
You
know. I remember Castlevania.
Yeah.
What is this?
So then we get back to Mariner and this other captain lady. I totally forgot her name.
Oh, the cat. I don't remember.
It was something with an R.
Oh.
Was it Ransom? Because Ransom is the first officer. She's something else. Anyways, so she's in the captain's quarters, kind of going over the stuff, and then you have Mariner just goofing.
off.
So she's trying to do her job, and Mariner's constantly trying to make her laugh and stuff. And
And the captain's taking a little bit too much and be like, "This is serious time. Stop doing
but
this."
she doesn't do that.
I
She
know
kind
she
of
should.
a little bit,
but not enough.
and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's so much stuff catching up we have to do." And then what's the first thing she asks about? Have you seen Ransom's photon torpedo? Have you effed
Oh
the
yeah,
first officer?
exactly.
Ill gross. Why would you say ill gross? Wasn't she like into him?
Like 3-4 episodes ago. Like I don't know.
Didn't she like literally want to have sex with him like 3 episodes ago?
But I think it was like almost like an angry kind of like sex. Like, oh, I just want to. Yes, I don't know. She just.
Who knows? She's so weird.
She's so you can't know what's going through her head.
Because that's what captains talk about, effing their first officers.
Oh yeah.
But then they keep reminiscing about stuff and everything, and there's so much cool stuff I do here and everything. But it's just goofing.
Yeah.
All she does is goof off. Then she goes, you know what? I want you to be my first officer while I'm on the.
And I bet you all the lieutenants were happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
The commanders, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been funny if there would have been another like lieutenant commander, be like, okay, I'm reporting for first, and just assume that they would get the.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a Mariner, and he'd be like, her, the
Yeah,
one who
exactly.
literally causes the ship to explode every 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
whatever, there's no conflict like that. There should have been. I thought that
That would have been interesting. That actually would have been interesting, but no, we didn't get that.
So she agrees to it, but then you have this look on her face like she doesn't want to do it, but she doesn't want to.
Disappoint her friend.
Yeah, so we get this kind of cool shot. Looks like it's coming out of a worm. Like, I don't know where the hell this ship is
Like
coming
a vortex. Like it looks like a wormhole of sorts.
from. Does anyone know the model of this ship? Because I've never seen a Starfleet ship look like this.
Why is it all black and all like
It almost
look like
it almost looks like a personal ship. Remember,
Yeah.
like the one Picard was on in the Star Trek Picard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That was like his own personal little ship.
yeah.
Very. It's kind of cool looking, but I've never seen a ship like this.
No, I don't know if they just made this ship up for this episode or just actually in Starfleet. Please in the comments let us know if you know.
So it shows up to pick up Brad and the dog, and of course Tindy has to go because that doesn't make any sense. But it's all super scary in this alien race. I don't know who this alien race is. If it's
I think I've seen it in the original series, but I don't remember what race
so
it is.
it's super scary, and he's like laughing, and it's all like diabolical, and then Brad's
He's wearing a mask like Brad at Bane.
yeah, because COVID. He's wearing a mask, and then because he sounds like this, and it's like, whoa, okay, super villain, you know.
Yeah, why are you talking like that? Why are you being so...
And then Brad's like, oh, so when we get there, like, I don't know how long we're gonna be there, so I don't know how many books to bring. Why don't you just have a data pad that has every book ever made?
And I mentioned they don't have a lot of space, so where did he put these books? Unless he replicate them, where does he have these books at?
This very day, I would just have the Kindle app
Yeah.
on my phone, and then that's all my books I need.
Yeah,
Why would he
exactly.
actually bring physical books?
That's stupid.
So they're going on this thing, and it's super scary. Like, I'm thinking, oh my god, he's gonna take them to like a slave colony.
I
or
know,
something.
what is this? This is like almost Star Wars. Like, what is this?
I almost thought that this wasn't the guy.
Yeah, like maybe this is just a guy.
And then the real guy shows up later, like, oh, where's Brad and the dog? And like, what do you mean? He already left. What do you mean? And,
That
like,
one actually would have been a little more interesting.
and this guy like kidnapped them or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
That's what I thought. What was
And
happening?
he was gonna experiment on him to
Yeah.
see how he did that to use it as a kind of like a weapon
Or something.
like to phase you a little more out of things.
Go
where
through
you don't-
walls.
Go through walls, and no one can see you. Like the episode with Jordy went through.
So I thought that's what was gonna. That doesn't happen.
No,
So
because that actually would have been interesting. Now you think, we think of good ideas on this show, even though the show's so stupid.
So we get back to Mariner's getting ready to go on mission. I guess this planet is like a mud bog planet. Yeah. So they're putting on like, I don't know, what you would wear if you were going to go fly fishing. Mm-hmm. Like the big heavy overalls.
Yeah, you're going to, like I said, being, like I said, in the mud, like in the south somewhere. That's what it looks like.
So they're talking about stuff, and then, of course, Mariner keeps bringing up kind of embarrassing things that they did in the academy.
And she's looking at her like, what are you doing?
Okay, shush, like, oh, man, the things we used to do, one of the professors had his, like, car, and then we took it, we crashed into the river, it was so funny. Then the trail lady's like, I knew that professor. He was like a father to me. I spoke at his funeral. He died. I'm like, oh my God, Mariner.
Mariner, what's wrong with you? Did you not know that? Jeez.
She might not have known that he died, but like it just makes it so much.
Yeah.
But normally at that point, if someone told a story about a guy and then you find out the guy died and then it meant to someone, you would kind of stop. No, she doesn't stop. She keeps going, oh yeah, that was just a little bit of what we did, man. We used to do all kinds of stuff. And the captain's like, okay, fine. Mariner, that was a long time ago. Like, look at her face, like, Jesus.
Yeah, be quiet.
Shut up. Let's get on mission. Let's do.
And these are her people who run her. Yeah, they're gonna look at her like, what's wrong with you?
So then she just doesn't want to. And then the Vulcan lady, of course, being a Vulcan, is like, this has nothing to do with the mission.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Exactly.
Oh, geez, what's your problem? And it's like, okay, let's get down to the planet. So the captain's like, okay, everyone, calm down. Let's go down to the planet. They get there, and she's giving out orders. She's a pretty okay captain, but then she's so full of herself.
Yeah, she still has a little bit of that Freeman fullness, but at least she acts more like a captain.
Yeah, she's the closest thing to an actual captain that we've seen. She's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
But she's giving out orders and everything, and Mariner's still being a goof-off idiot. Okay, I'll go do that because they get to go contact the local people.
Yeah.
She takes off in some random direction.
Yeah, and one of the guys goes, "Oh, what are you doing? Why are you going that way? Go this way. What are you doing?" Mariner?
So Mariner's effing up a lot, and I'm thinking, why in the world? How in the world is she effing up?
We're talking about Mariner here, who does nothing wrong. Remember that.
I honestly, truly thought she was just nervous to be around her friend.
That's
why she was messing up.
Yeah.
Spoiler, that's not the reason.
Of course not.
So they get to these people, and they're like these new people, and even the guy who's the king, he literally has like a crown.
I mean, it looks like something at Adventure Time.
Oh, something I would say again, like in Thundercats.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we met these mud people, and oh, there's their king.
Yeah.
Which is fine for something that was made in the 80s and whatever.
No. So
they have this water cleaner thing, and it's going to clean the bog, and it's going to be crystal clear water. Okay, that's something the Federation would actually do.
Yeah.
So what's going on over there? What kind of how did you meet the captain? And the Vulcan lady's like, this doesn't pertain to the mission. Oh, geez, why are you such a bitch?
Yeah, Lily says that.
She cuts her off before she calls her a bitch, but she was going to call her a bitch.
Of course.
The thing starts going off because something happened, like with one of the pumps or something, and it's going to blow because with all the back pressure. And then Mariner, the tricorders. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I left them on the ship.
And they're like, what, you idiot? What?
But shouldn't everyone just have the tricorder on their hip?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they have handed those out before they...
You would think so.
So she keeps screwing up, and now they find something and they use some sonic disruptor thing to clear out the pipe. So they fixed it, but this could have went really bad.
Yeah, because that would have blown up. The Federation would have to fix that, and how longer that would have took.
And here's the thing. Even if it would have just blown up and no one got hurt, that's bad. But
yeah, they could have got died.
Someone could have got really hurt.
Because they're right by it.
So, yeah, then it's like, and then like, oh, wow, I guess this Mariner isn't everything you said she was. And, of course, she looks kind of embarrassed and sad. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on with this Mariner? This version of Mariner we've never seen.
No.
So, whatever. Get back to the seed planting thing. And then, oh, hello, Captain. I just want to check in on my ship. So how are things going? And they're just talking about how great everything is. And these are just two captains for less, I don't know how to say this. They're just tossing each other off.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, I'm glad you're doing a great job. Oh, yes, you're doing a great job.
See, it goes from the extremes. It goes from where they're rivals to, like, kissing their butt too much. Like,
oh, aren't you a great captain? I'm a great captain. Aren't you a great captain? I'm a great captain, too.
It would have been something if Freeman said, what's Mariner doing on the bridge? Yeah. I would have said, why is she sitting in the first officer's chair? That's what I would have said.
So she's like, oh, but we have to go plant these seeds at any time. And like, oh, you do that, Captain. That's an amazing job. And it's like, why are they talking? Like, it's so weird. Why can't they just talk like normal people?
Yeah, why is it the extremes? Either kissing butt or you're a rival and you're a piece of crap. Like, okay, where's the medium at?
As soon as the screen goes off, she makes fun of her. Oh, yeah, they're planting seeds. That's so amazing. I bet it is. Then, like, okay, they're supposed to meet up with another ship. Oh, they're not here yet. Oh, but they're always late. And let's do a long-range scan. Mm-hmm. Mariner, would you do the initiate the scan? Oh yeah, sure. Okay. She's acting like Brad.
Yeah, she is.
So she like initiates a red alert.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And she keeps screwing up, and then this is one thing that someone should do with Brad, but they never do it with Brad. calm down, Mariner. It's okay. You just take your time. Go and it's like, wow, where's all this loving and caring for all the other characters?
No, there is none. None, zero. Only Mariner gets that. And when she screws up, she gets the gentle touch.
Yeah.
Brad would have did that. He would have been scoring.
Get out of here! You get off my bridge. It would have been like that.
Yeah.
Put him in the airlock.
I know, right?
So we get back to Brad's storyline, and they're on this ship, and then we see all the people that went through accidents on things. Oh, look at this person got turned into a rock. Oh, this guy is half old, half young. So half his body's getting old and half his body's getting younger.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess, the leader of all these freaks. And Starfleet wouldn't do that. It's so weird. This whole setup is so stupid.
They would never do it like this. See, it would have been better if it was trying to kidnap him, wasn't a Starfleet officer.
And this guy was experimenting on people who got screwed over.
But didn't we just already write a better story than what this is?
So he's talking to Brad and everything, and he's like, "Oh, so what's going on?" And then the thing is, that I remember reading something. I think it was Sci-Fi Wire. This episode's about disabled people and how we in this country treat our disabled.
That's kind of a stretch.
We don't treat disabled people like this today.
No.
Let alone in the future where they can heal these people.
Oh, exactly. So stupid. They don't put them in a dark, danky room on a ship somewhere where they're just, forgotten, out of sight, out of mind. Why would he do that?
At what point, why didn't they just kill them at this point?
I know if you're going to do that.
Oh, we're bad, but we're not that bad. So he's going on explaining how horrible everything is, and look at all the things that happened to all these different people. Like people got phased into each other, like there's two people in one. Then we get people that are in the Pike thing.
Yeah.
The wheelchair.
And you saw that salamander one? That's from the episode of Voyager where Tom Paris goes warp 10.
Yeah.
And he's evolving, and then evolved into a salamander. That's what that is. So apparently, was this person going warp 10, I guess? How did he get like that?
Yeah, he broke the warp barrier or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just this is what happens to the people who get injured on Starfleet vessels. Yeah, this is exactly what happens. Then Tindy's like, oh my god, all these people are freaks, not like you, doggy. And then she calls him the dog. That's the name of the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a freak like the rest of these people. She says it right in front of all of them.
I know.
Wow, Tindy.
Can you be a little bit more diplomatic? These are all the Starfleet officers. Are you treated to say that?
So then Brad's like, whoa, but aren't we going to that spa place that I was told about? Ha ha, this is the farm. Ah, so it's all scary and everything.
It's ridiculous.
It's a cool looking ship, but again, it doesn't look Federation at all. But
no.
I do like the way it looks. So they come up. We get back to the other plot. They come up onto that other ship. There were Rubido.
Rubido.
So then this is where the captain kind of takes a step down. I told her to change her warp core things before, and now she's just stuck out here. She's probably sitting somewhere in a safe room waiting to be rescued again.
How do you know they can all be dead? I was saying they could be gone. Why would you say that?
Here I am, having to save the day.
I know, right? Ridiculous. See, that's something Freeman would say. Ridiculous.
So this captain kind of started out a little good and then turned into this.
Yes, yeah, of course. And the other ship looks similar. Like,
it's the same pylon things underneath.
I know, it's weird. Like, there are other Starfleet ships,
So instead of doing a scan for life signs or anything like that, they just go ahead and just go on the ship.
Yeah, you want to scan for life, see what's going on.
They said all the power was down, but wouldn't that mean life support's down too?
Yeah, they could be dead.
Wouldn't they all just be dead?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
I mean, it doesn't run out of oxygen right away, but within
This is what they should say when they do a scan. Okay, all systems have been shut off, but there's one room that has a shield around it and it has life support. That's where they must be.
Yeah, but they don't think that.
Just a line of dialogue.
Yeah, I
just
know.
a line.
No, they can't.
So they go down there, and it's just her, crew, and Mariner. Wouldn't she have brought some of their tactical officer people and stuff?
You would think.
So they just go down with just 5 people.
You would go down with at least 10 or 15 just to scope it out to see what's going on.
That's the kind of stuff I would do. I'd be, if I was captain, sick bay, be prepared for casualties. So get all the med beds ready because we have no idea if there's people.
But you're thinking of old Star Trek.
Yeah,
we would do that. Not this.
Yes, Captain. I'm prepared to receive as many as you have.
Exactly.
We're prepped and ready to go.
No, none of that.
No, so they just show up on there, and then this part actually feels like a real mission. They get there, the Vulcan lady goes straight to the data. I'm going to work on getting power back online.
Wow, like they would do when it's.
Oh, looks like there's been a power. It's been cut off at engineering. I can do a workaround to get the power back up. Whoa, actual real Trek talk.
Yeah, I know.
Then she's like, okay. You work on that. We're gonna go look for survivors, and then they have to activate their boots because the gravity systems are off. Yeah. And the Mariner's making all kinds of mistakes. Oh no, my boots are weird.
And then finally she says, "What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this?"
It's just these boots. I wanted different ones. These ones aren't the right height. I'm not comfortable with these boots. And she's like, "Shut up. Just come on. Just keep walking."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh wow, she's actually putting Mariner down." But like Mariner wouldn't act this way.
No.
So they're gonna go off, and I'm thinking, "Wow, she's actually pissed off at her." Someone
Yeah.
actually is mad at...
Well, yeah, because she's acting like an idiot. You go, first of all, you make me look bad in front of my crew.
Because I talked you up so much.
Yeah.
So we get back to Brad, and they're just on this thing, and then I guess they've been there for months.
Yeah.
So it takes them months to get to this planet.
Well, yeah.
Or wherever they're going.
But the thing is, how far away is it? I mean,
know.
a warp drive, my goodness. I mean, that ship probably only goes warp 5 or 6. Even still, it shouldn't take months.
Hella far away.
Yeah.
So,
and they don't... it's just ridiculous.
So then they're going to do a mutiny. So that's their whole plan. They're going to, freaks stick together, and they're going to, kill the captain and steal the ship. But has anything bad actually happened to them?
No.
Because I thought, maybe he was experimenting on them. Maybe he was, doing all these things to them. No, they're just kind of just sitting in this cargo hold area.
Yeah. Well,
so I guess they have rooms, but they just don't go to them?
Yeah, why are you even hanging out in one area?
So weird.
I mean, we want to... I mean, you're isolating yourself when you don't have to. You're making yourself tougher than it needs to be.
So, I don't know why. So they're going to do a mutiny, and of course Brad doesn't want to do that because he's not that kind of guy. Yeah. And they're going, yeah, freaks, or stick together, freaks stick together. And the cut is he keeps saying it, but he's telling the captain that.
Yeah. See, that was slightly funny in its own stupid way.
See, but that's nothing to do with Trek.
No.
So they just let him walk away? Yeah. I'm going to go over here.
Especially right afterwards. Like, okay.
So he's telling the captain that, and the captain's like, mutiny on my own ship. He's like, hey, but let's just talk this out. Aren't we going to go to that whatever is supposed to be the farm, that's what they call it. And he's like, do you think they can do a mutiny on that ship? He starts yelling and screaming and breaks his table.
He breaks his table like, dude, calm down.
Again, this is when I thought, okay, he's not Starfleet. He has to be some type of imposter.
Yeah.
He grabs a freaking rifle off the thing. I'm going to show them. Oh my God, he's going to go kill them?
Yeah, what are you doing? He's like, no, I didn't want this. I told you for this very reason not to have violence.
So people wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So he's going to go there and kill everybody. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Get back to Mariner and the captain, and she's like, what's going on, Mariner? When we were in the academy together, you were a badass, and then here we go. Here's the...
Oh, yeah, of course. Here it begins.
Here we go. We have to make each other feel good.
We thought you'd be you'd make captain first or whatever.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because she's just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And how old are these people? Do people get captains that young? Was she 27, 28?
Well, the thing is,
I don't
depends.
think...
Unless it's like a battlefield, through the Dominion War,
but I mean,
maybe.
just regularly through being just promoted normally. How old is Mariner? Is she maybe 27, maybe?
Maybe.
Captains are late 30s and 40s.
Well, the only thing I could say, I know they didn't think this, during the Dominion War, you get battlefield commissions.
Super fast
because you're doing this and that, you're doing so many good deeds, fighting the Dominion, maybe.
But this is way after that.
I know. I can't think of anything else.
These women look pretty young.
I'd say she's got to be in her 30s.
But that's still crazy young for a captain.
Maybe a lieutenant commander, but...
So whatever, she's like, you should have been captain, you should have been this amazing badass. And then she's just more disappointed in her friend, but also praising her at the same time.
Of course.
Whatever. Then Mariner's like, oh geez, I just want to be the best ensign I want to be. I don't want to do like that. But they run into I guess the place where they're all hiding. These doors were shut manually. How would she know that? Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if she went to a pad on the computer and then it scanned it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's manually.
And then it wouldn't open. Then she's like, Captain Protocol.
Oh yeah.
And then it opened up.
Of course.
Then everyone's hiding, all super scared because everyone in the Federation's a effing freaking coward.
I know.
Oh no! And then we see the captain. The captain's in full hysterics. Of course, it's another woman captain. This is literally this show's 90% women. Oh no! It's out there. It's gonna get us. And then Mariner's like, "Calm down, Captain. You're gonna be fine." No, it's gonna get us. It's out there. What do you mean? There's nothing out there. Oh, it's in the ship. So I guess there's some type of monster.
Yeah.
Get back to the mutiny, and they're gonna go kill the captain, but the captain's already out there, and he has his gun. Oh, you thought you can mutiny on my ship? And he's like, oh no, this isn't mutiny. It's we're gonna just put on a play because they made shivs and stuff.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
But it's like, oh, Brad Boimler told me everything. He told me what you guys were gonna do, and so they're all like, oh, how could you, Brad? He just met you idiots, and you guys are going to do this big battle. He's trying to stop people from getting killed.
Yeah, exactly.
So Brad did the right thing.
Yeah, he
But
did.
it's trying to show him that he was wrong for doing that.
Of course he was. Of course that's how they're going to show it, but that's not true. He was right.
So he's like, good. Now you guys are confined to your quarters, and then he leaves Brad in there. Then he realized they're going to end up beating the other.
Yeah, why would you do that?
So they kind of go to beat him up, but then later on it doesn't look like they beat him up.
No.
So yeah, they're going to go and just whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And Tindy doesn't care.
Of course
She's just like, oh, she's going to let Brad get killed.
She doesn't care. All she cares about is that dog. That's all she cares about.
They can't even give it a name. So everyone's super scared and like, what's going on? Oh, this thing, it feeds off of electricity.
It would say energy from the warp core. That's what you would
No,
say.
it's electricity. Did you know that the warp core it just produces electricity?
Yeah, if a warp core produced electricity, it wouldn't go anywhere. It'd have to be a lot stronger than that. It would just be stuck. I mean, what are you talking about, electricity? This isn't 19. This isn't today. What are you talking about?
It produces electricity. But then funny thing, they get the warp core back online, so all the power goes back up. So then this monster starts to feed off the energy.
The captain tries to contact him, but it's too late. They already turned it on.
So I'm like, okay, that's something. That's a very Trek thing. You thought you were doing something good, but you ended up not doing something good. So this thing is like a tentacle monster.
Monster that's kind of translucent.
Yeah, it's like bluish, and it's like it's attacking the ship. Mm-hmm. So like, okay, we got to get everyone out of here. And this is more Mariner's. Okay, done being the up Mariner. I got to be a decent freaking Starfleet officer.
Yeah, she goes, look. And then she tells her, and she goes, okay, look, Mariner, act like you normally do. And I won't try to recruit you on my ship.
Yeah, see, they talk a little bit first because then she sees her like, well, Mariner, you're actually doing your job. Like, what's going on? Because you're being an F up, and now you're acting like a decent captain. Why are you doing this? Then of course the captain of this other ship is literally freaking out.
Yeah,
I don't want to die in space. I don't want to die. Ah!
Calm down.
And then Mariner has to knock her out, punch her in the face, and knock her out.
That's insubordination, but okay. Why does she get away with that? You can't do that to your superior officers.
Wouldn't it have been better if she saw a medical person go by and she grabbed the thing and hypoed her?
That would have been a lot better.
No, she punches her and knocks her out.
Yeah.
You know how hard you have to punch someone to knock them out? That causes brain damage. You know, when you black out, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
So she does that, and then, of course, the other captain's like, that's the good stuff. And then that's when they start talking. She's like, hey, Mariner, what's going on? Yeah. Now you're punching out captains and taking charge. How come you're not being the badass that I know you can be? Oh, I don't want to do that. I hate letting you people trying to. I know what you're going to do. You're going to try to recruit me. Oh, so you were acting like a bad officer on purpose. So there's the crux of it. She wasn't messing up because she was nervous. No, she was messing up on purpose because Mariner can never be wrong.
Nope.
She can never be a bad officer.
Why can't she just been on? Why can't she just say she was just nervous, like you said, to be around her friend? That's why she started.
And her friend was a captain, and she's not.
And she's not, because I would feel like crap. Like we went to the academy together, and
so she was only pretending to be a bad officer because she didn't want her friend to recruit her.
And that's so stupid.
And then she's like, why wouldn't you want to be recruited? Why wouldn't you want to do more in Starfleet? When we were in the academy together, you wanted to do all these things. And then she's like, well, when you're in the academy, you are so much more fun. And you're just a freaking, now you're just where you care about the rules and stuff. People could be dying right now.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Then she's like, do you even like Starfleet anymore? And she doesn't answer the question. And then then she's like, oh, whatever, because I just want to be the best ensign ever. I don't want to be a captain. She's like, you know what? Then that's when she tells her, like, okay, just let's get through this, and I won't recruit you. God, just don't worry about that. We have to save these people. So she's kind of being a good captain, but at the same time also being it's just weird.
That's a 50-50, which I don't like.
Get back to Brad, and they guess they were beating him up, and then they're gonna throw him in an airlock and just kill him.
Yeah, like, well, this is insane.
Then he's like, oh, I'm a freak like you guys. You can't kill me. But then it just goes away. So I guess that phase thing just wears off.
It wears off. But we didn't know that at the time.
Wouldn't they have noticed that? Like, wouldn't they have been like taking his biometrics and then noticing that it's slowly getting better?
No, because this is the doctors from Rick and Morty. And they just, that's weird. We don't know what's going on. And that's what we get.
So they're going to shoot him out the airlock and kill him. Yeah. And they're going to actually do it.
Yeah.
They open it up, but they're on a planet. So they didn't know they landed or anything?
No.
Whatever. So they were actually going to kill him. They land on this beautiful planet, so I guess they were going to go to this really nice resort place.
Why didn't they just show them where they were going? Why was the captain being so cryptic? He wouldn't be like that.
Then the captain walks out, oh, isn't it beautiful? I know it's a long journey, but it's worth it every time to see it. Then he's like actually being nice.
Yeah.
Then he's like, then Boimler's like, yeah, this is where we bring you guys. You guys are going to be taken care of and cared for and everything. Like, but why was he being all scary?
Yeah.
Then he even says, oh, maybe we shouldn't we should turn some lights on and let you guys the ship should be more colorful and everything.
Yeah, you think? Why would you even have to even say that?
Then like, oh, wow, so this is the thing. Oh, yes, this is exactly what it is. And he starts laughing really scary. And I pause and I go, he's going to say, that's just how my people laugh.
Yeah, he got it. I mean, Kristen,
that's just the way I laugh.
Literally word for word.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Because I knew it. Because I can write this crap show. I can write this.
So dumb.
Oh, sorry. That's just the way I laugh because it's like a scary, like, evil bad guy laugh.
Yeah. So stupid. What? No.
I bet you thought they were so fucking clever, those writers. I'm so clever. I'm a clever little boy.
No, you're not.
So everyone's getting, it's like a spa. So they're getting like drinks and getting massages and everything. And They even put little Hawaiian shirts and bikinis on the people in the
bike things. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like the girl's wearing a bikini around it.
So
it's like a little sexy one, but it's like on the box.
It's so stupid. I mean, it's just funny because it's so dumb.
Unless they wanted to do that, because it's almost like you're making fun of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, could you imagine someone in a wheelchair? Oh, let me put a Hawaiian shirt on you, even though you don't want it.
I know, right? That would be
Unless
terrible.
these people, honest to God, I want to wear a bikini.
So dumb.
Whatever, so they're getting...
But the thing is, Pike's accident was from the Warp Core. They would probably have fixed that by this time. But
remember the Pike thing?
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. You know you don't have to answer that way. You can just talk.
That was Futurama. That was so funny.
See, but that was more of a loving tribute than whatever this is.
Yeah.
So Teeny's saying goodbye to her dog. Remember the dog?
Yeah.
It had literally nothing to do with anything.
It looked all menacing at first, and it...
I thought that was going to be part of the plot.
No.
But this whole thing with Tindy and the dog didn't need to exist.
No.
It could have just been Brad going to this planet because they don't even interact.
No.
So Tindy's saying goodbye to the dog, and the dog starts talking.
Like, oh, it can talk?
And then it can fly?
Yeah. What the heck?
And then Brad's like, wow, it can talk and fly. Oh, don't normal dogs talk and fly? No, they don't. They can't do any of those things. Well, that's crazy.
Well, see, Freddie, you're from Orion. You're telling me they don't have dogs on that planet?
You never been to Earth? You never seen a dog? Or when you were making this dog, you never typed in a Google search dog?
Well, apparently, yeah, they would have Google on the show. So, yeah, I agree, right? So stupid.
So, I guess on this planet, they give you sex partners.
I mean, literally, it looks like Orion almost. I mean, not Orion, but like friggin' Ryza.
So they show up, we call dibs on this guy, and they're like rubbing on his chest. So they're gonna come. So it's a sex thing?
I know, right?
Then the guy's like, wait a minute, he's not a freak anymore. Get him out of here. Oh, you're not a freak, and they kick him out. They literally throw him onto a runabout to get him out.
They would say, okay, well, something's wrong with you. You have to get here. You got to go now. They wouldn't throw him on the friggin' on the runabout.
So that's the end of that storyline. Get back to the other one. People are still running away from this monster, and of course, we can't have a single episode without Mariner being a complete, utter, amazing, super, mega badass. The captain doesn't care if she dies or not.
No.
She's getting pulled in by this. She's not even fighting back.
No. Like, okay, help her out. She's grabbing her. Like, someone help Mariner out.
And then, of course, the other captain shoots it, and then they both save her because there's the awesomest, most awesome. They get to the bridge, and they're like, okay, Cerritos, we need transports over now. And I guess it's not. They say there's not enough time where they can't. It's
not. They can't transport everyone at once or something like that. Like, not enough.
Then that's when you just do a randomizer.
Yeah.
Because that's the only fair way to do it.
Yeah.
Then the captain, I'm staying here. The two captains, ever get all my crew off here.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah.
But I guess remember that fast transporter thing that Rutherford was making? Oh, use that, and then he runs down there and uses it. But it's so weird. So he was able to take this and put it into the regular transport and get it to work within seconds.
Yeah, like, I mean, you could get the isolated chips, but then you'd have to program it and you'd have to reconfigure it. It would take at least 10 minutes, you would think, right?
But he's already doing it, and then it's able to transport everybody. But everyone's stuck in that phase lock thing, and it's all super loud. Remember how loud it was when Brad was in the room?
Yeah.
And that was one guy.
Yeah.
This is like a couple of dozen. That sound would be so loud it would actually cause ear damage.
Yeah, it would.
But I'm so glad it wasn't that loud in the show.
No, I think they really just made him one. Yeah, that would have been... And he goes, oh, we're phased, yay! And everyone's excited, like, no.
No, because, it's just cosmetic.
No.
And they all cheer because it's just cosmetic.
That's...
Then, actually, something actually really cool, that entity starts tearing the ship apart, and then it, like, absorbs it and, like, becomes the ship. So it's like a big, like, octopus-looking monster.
It might have been, like, stuck in the ship somehow, and it just got out. It reminds me, remember the very first episode, Farpoint Station on Next Generation, with those two entities? It's like that.
Super cool looking.
Yeah, actually, I wish I would have got this story.
Then they're like, you know what? Maybe this thing, it wasn't malicious. It just was trying to live.
Oh, it just wanted to live, yeah.
So, wow, that's an actual real Trek thing. And then this thing's still alive out there.
Yeah.
Super cool.
That's the stuff I like about Star Trek.
And, that's the end of that episode. It's, they get, they go to they go back to 10-4 and they're talking about it because, Brad wants to get injured again.
So he wants to go back to that planet
so he can go have sex with those girls.
Of course. You know, there's the holodeck, Brad. I mean, if you're really that hard up for it.
Then someone has a real dog on the bridge, and then Tindy's like, oh, wow, hello, sir. Can we, like, she's going to try to talk to him, but, like, licks her face. And then she's like, oh,
that's disgusting.
That's so disgusting. Should know what dogs are like. Then Mariner's talking to the other captain, and, of course, it's like, you're so awesome, I'm so awesome. Aren't we so awesome together? Being awesome is awesome. When we're awesome, I can't believe how awesome we are when we're awesome. So
that's ridiculous.
Then she's like, you know what? Maybe the offer still stands if you ever do want to rank up, you can be on my ship.
Yeah.
I'll write up the order and the transfer, and you can be my first officer for reals.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's some still stuff I gotta work out. Ransom kind of hears him talking because remember he was on the mission the whole time, so he comes back, starts hitting on the captain, but like in his like, hey, he called her beautiful. Okay, it's a little forward, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
No.
Oh, let me buy you a drink. He puts a hand on her shoulder. Then she flips him over and slams him into a table.
Okay, first of all, you don't buy drinks on that ship. You just get them from whatever you want. Secondly, why are you hurting him? She was being a little piggish, but it wasn't.
He should have she should have picked up his hands and and kind of been like kind of played him off. No, she has to physically hurt him because how dare he hit on her?
I know, right?
She watched Captain Marvel.
Of course.
He touched her newspaper, so she's allowed to freaking cripple him.
Yeah, and there's even a lawyer online that said that's so stupid.
So
no, you're not.
So she's allowed to flip him over and slam him into this table. Oh, sorry, Ransom. It was just my instincts.
So dumb.
And this is the best part. The absolute greatest part. Not only did she assault him, he thanks her for it. Oh, that's a good one, Captain.
Oh, that's our ransom. No, what is this? This is ridiculous.
He thanked her for the physical assault.
Yes,
that's
I'm
what men should
reporting
do.
you. I'm reporting you. You're ridiculous.
But you're a man, and how dare you call me beautiful?
I'm so sick.
How dare you be attracted to me?
This men versus women. I hate it. But they're allowed to be attracted to men all they want. It's fine.
Yeah, have you seen his torpedo?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's not bad.
So they put their arms around each other because, like, oh my god, are they going to do it? And then we see that space entity, and that's the end of the episode. That little ending shot, I'd rather watch the whole story about that other ship and what happened to them in this.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Brad, the dog, it's completely unnecessary.
No.
You could have just done the episode about Mariner not wanting to rank up, but we've done that a couple of times already.
I know. Why?
We know she doesn't want to rank up. We get it.
We don't need another episode of that.
We get it.
No
She doesn't want to do it.
No more after that. She wants to be an instant because she's a loser.
She wants to be an F-up.
Yeah. I like, the only character I'm going to say I like the Vulcan girl because she acted just like a Vulcan would act in this whole episode. Nothing bad, and she's, Vulcan to be snarky, but yeah, you're a screw-up, Mariner. She's going to call you out on it. Oh, wow, this is the person you were saying was so great? I don't see it.
But here's the funny thing. You just lost your whole entire ship.
Yeah.
So, like, you saved those people. Like, what happened to that other captain? Are they all screwed up now? Are they, like, all mentally...
Why are they acting like that?
So
there was
weird.
There was no reason.
There was parts of this that could have been a good episode, but they just again I can't remember anything actually being funny. And it's supposed to be a comedy. Nothing's funny.
I thought what made me chuckle a little bit and slightly is when he was like, "Oh, can you make me a real boy again, like Pinocchio?" Yeah. But that's just funny because it's stupid. It's so stupid, but it was a chuckle. It wasn't like I was laughing out loud or anything.
But again, that's nothing to do
with Star Trek.
With Trek at all in any way.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, we got 3 more of these. And is there going to be a big overarching final episode?
I don't think so. Here's the thing. What is wrong with these people with extremes? Like we were saying, how they either kiss each other's butts or they hate each other. Same thing with Picard and Discovery, how they have this overarching story, and this one just individual episodes. There is no overarch at all. What's the extremes with this shows?
I just want to know exactly what this is all leading up to. Is it going to, because Mariner's saying I still have things to do. Is she going to rank up at the end?
Maybe. And
take the next step up and go on to another ship, and Brad ranks up and goes on another ship. Wouldn't that be nice?
I would like that.
And everyone kind of takes that next step up and they all end up on different ships.
Well, it gets me mad. They make fun of Brad, but Brad's good at his job. He's really good. I mean, he's really efficient, so it's like... But then they always tie it into, he does that because he's such an idiot. Like, I don't know why he has to be a put-down for. It's so ridiculous.
But we have, again, 3 more of these things, and hopefully it doesn't get renewed and we don't have to ever worry about it.
Yeah, the thing is, this one was better than the last 2, but that's not saying much. It was back to what it was before the last 2 were just awful.
Yeah. Like it was like a 3, then it went down to like a 1.5. Now it's back up to like a 2, 3 now.
Yeah, it's a little better.
We're still failing, but...
Yeah, it's still, the bar is still pretty bad, but at least it's not as bad as it was. Like, those last 2, I couldn't take it anymore. It made me hate Star Trek. That's why I had to watch Next Generation to just get it out of my system.
Ugh. See y'all next week.
Yeah, bye.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.